Hello everyone, welcome to another Metallicis review. Today we're going to be looking at Mother by In This Moment. So as always, let's start with the album art. This is pretty interesting album art, very creepy. It looks like sheets over people who are ghosts, or kind of maybe that same idea of the creepy bridal ghost that you see in the horror movies. It looks like she's got a crown or potentially one of those halos you see in stained glass at churches. I'm not quite sure. I can't quite make out what's in the front there. It looks like it's a burned fire pit or something like that with a very vibrant blue sky. I think it's a pretty cool album cover. It does draw you in. For me, I like the vibrant colors, which is kind of weird, I guess, if you're thinking about heavy metal albums. But I do like this album art. It makes me want to listen to it. There's a lot of that mystery about it. Well, who's under there? What are those supposed to be? They look ominous, but kind of inviting at the same time, which I think is representative of the dualism that a lot of this album's about. So I think this is a good album, good artwork. So I give this like a solid 4. Then I know that this topic's about motherhood, but also Mother Earth, and then there's some themes of fatherhood in there too, juxtaposed in opposition to the idea of motherhood, I suppose. So it's very interesting themes. I think before I even put out my highlight tracks musically, the album opens with a short interlude, which I think is a good way to open an album. I like when albums do that. Then it goes into a cover song. I'm really not a fan of when songs are covered from other bands. I like to just see all original work, but that's just my personal preference. I know sometimes the covers are way better. Like I actually like this cover of Fly Like an Eagle better than the original, but the Lenny Kravitz version is still probably the best. But even so, like I'm not that interested in the cover versions. I want to hear new original tunes. And they got 2 cover songs because they also have We Will Rock You. So it kind of feels messy to me, the intro, where you have an interlude, then a cover song, then another interlude, which feels weird. It should be at the halfway point of an album to break up the album or make sense where it flows. It's just interlude, cover, interlude. Then it has one of their first songs, which is the In Between, which is a really excellent track. And then it goes into Legacy, then another cover song, and then the rest of the album. I could have done without the 2 cover songs. That's just me. I don't like cover songs very much. And then put the interlude in a place that makes more sense. It's my first criticism. But what I will say, their highlight tracks for me are the In Between, As Above, So Below, and Born in Flames. The In Between has a really dark ambiance, however you want to say it. And she goes in between like her beautiful singing voice into her dark, ominous vibes and can do some shrill screams, which is what Maria Brink's really known for and does in all of her albums. And she does this really well, and it captures that duality of heaven and hell, of light and dark, beauty and ugliness, just dualism. And it's a really awesome song in that way. So that one's made my playlist. That one's a 5 out of 5 for sure. As Above, So Below is also a 5. Basically the same type of thing. A lot of dualism in the way she presents it, a lot of darkness intermixed with beauty, really cool vibes, has some weaving guitar riffs in it. So another 5, that one's also on my playlist. Born in Flames has a cool, dark, techno-y kind of vibe from the synthesizers or whatever that instrument is, with some echoing vocals that add a lot of body to the music, which I really like. So that's another great song. I don't think it's quite as good as the others. I give that one a 4. Those are the highlight tracks for me. Those are the ones worth checking out. Hunting Grounds and Lay Me Down are solid songs. Both of those are 3.5. They have the spooky ambiance that seems to be the theme of this whole album. Hunting Grounds really has a nail gun drums part that sounds super cool that I like. It's a duet between her and the lead singer from Dead. And it sounds pretty cool, but it also doesn't rock my world or anything like that. If it showed up in my shuffle, I'd be like, cool, but I don't actively seek out that song. Lay Me Down, similar thing. Has some cool deep vocals in the background that sound pretty cool that I like. Into Dust is just okay. Legacy is just okay. God Is She and Holy Man I found to be really boring, though. I give those both 2s. They didn't do anything for me. I found myself daydreaming, not paying much attention to the music. I had to actually rewind a bit, or rewind. There's no rewinding nowadays, but go back, try again, and I just just not doing anything for me. They're kind of uninspired and feel kind of I wouldn't want to listen to those again, so I give those lower ratings. Legacy's just okay, has a pretty enchanting feel, good tune, some good music to it. I can listen to it on occasion, but 3 for me overall. So overall, this album kind of hits and misses a bit. Has some excellent songs, everything in between. Good album. I would just call it good, though. So 3 out of 5 for me on this album. Good album, worth listening to, but if you're going to listen to, just listen to the in-between and As Above, So Below, maybe Born Into Flames, and then move on. I don't think it's quite as good as some of other In This Moment's work. But let me know in the comments below what you all think, and I'll see you next time.